everybody knew the rates weren't going to change. It was going to be what were the Feds going to hint at
Yeah.
in terms of the end of the year being another raise or not.
When the dot plot showed that they expect rates at the end of 24 to be 5.1, that's like, ooh, ouch, that hurt.
Yesterday compared to today, we are 0.29 higher rate
Wow.
for your average 30-year fixed owner occupied conventional rate.
Then someone sent me a quote and they were like, hey, someone's offering me a 10.625 with a 1-year prepay on this DSCR loan. Can you do better? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely.
I don't care what the cost of capital is, because the cost of capital is the great equalizer. Everybody's 8%, right? Alrighty, folks, Fed Day has come and went. The SOP or dot plot has come and went, and we have seen quite the reaction in the lending market, really with some pretty spectacular follow through on day two. I thought the reaction Wednesday afternoon was crazy. Thursday's no different. So we got the boys from Convoy Home Loans. How you guys doing, Jonathan and Dustin?
We are good, surviving always.
So, yeah, I don't know if again, you guys are in this every day, so maybe you're numb to it, but I saw a pretty wild reaction yesterday with somebody I know sending me a note that owner occs are now in the 8s based on down payment and credit. And I got to imagine with the follow through in the 10-year this morning, most people got to be in the 8s now, I'm guessing. What's going on?
Yeah, no, it was a fun ride only to the upside yesterday with
It only went one way.
yeah, there was no roller coaster. It was just the lead up of the start of the roller coaster that doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. But obviously with what the Fed's dot plot chart looked like in terms of by the end of the year, there's most likely going to be one more quarter point raise, right? That's what moved the rates. It wasn't the fact that rates didn't change yesterday, right? Everybody knew the rates weren't going to change. It was going to be what were the Feds going to hint at in terms of the end of the year being another raise or not. And, on our side, we obviously get notified, keep track of where conventional and non-QM rates are. And I wanted to confirm or double check, but I believe that yesterday compared to today, we are 0.29 higher rate for your average 30-year fixed owner occupied conventional rate.
That's, that'll make you sit down. 0.29 in a 24-hour period.
That's just your average, maybe the 800 0.1.
Yeah.
That's the average right now.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually think it wasn't so much the one more rate increase, all that was some of it. I think what Powell did, and this is what I've been begging for, is he was trying to get the market to stop pricing in 4 rate cuts next year. I think that is what he finally was successful at doing. Well, now we'll know a lot more Monday when I talk to my stock guy. But when the dot plot showed that they expect rates at the end of 24 to be 5.1, that's like, ooh, ouch, that hurt.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jonathan?
That's some crazy insight. Obviously, I didn't really even think about it that way until you just said it, but it makes sense because now everyone's gonna kind of shut up about, hey, rates are gonna go down next year. Let's just like hold off, right?
Yeah.
And I think, but we've been saying on the channel, like you and us, like it's gonna keep going up. It's gonna stay the same, right? This is where we are now. Everyone just needs to get comfortable at these levels, and you just need to write better deals, especially if you're investing, right? If you go back to our videos, you can listen in like, ways to write better deals, build in margins when you're buying the property, and there's so many different ways to do it, but that's what we have to do now. Everyone just needs to get used to it, right? Even on owner occupied homes, it's like you have to write better deals. Unfortunately, it's here to stay. That's what it told us. Now that you're mentioning it, just clicked in my head. It's here to stay, right?
Here to stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of what we talk about at One Rental at a Time is I've said it and I'll say it again here. I don't care what the cost of capital is, because the cost of capital is the great equalizer. Everybody's 8%, right? And I don't care if it's 10%, frankly. I mean, the people that I feel bad for, at least a little bit, are sellers. Because if you're selling with an 8 handle of a mortgage, you really got to sell. And if you're going to really have to sell and we get days on market of 30 days, I'm going to come in with a disrespectful offer. And I'm going to find out just how bad you have to sell because I'm only going to do a great deal. And I actually think it's going to be easier to find great deals because most people, dude, I don't know if you guys know this, but most people don't like to do the work. Most people like an easy button. And I'm getting super excited for what's coming. So that's just my selfish stance on what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, and go back to last week's video. We talk about kind of the perspective that my client had put it in. You know, it's like 8%, 10%, 12%. It's still cheaper than having a partner,
Yeah.
right? Still cheaper than giving someone 50% of everything or 60% of everything just for contributing their little bit. Like,
Yeah,
it's OPM still at the end of the day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't know what Jonathan's talking about, he talked about somebody who's calling to get a loan at say 10%, and he was happy. And like Jonathan's like, "You're happy?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's better than 50% I have to give a partner." So again, folks, it's all about perspective. So again, I think the Fed is talking tough, talking a big game. I personally will keep with my call. No more rate increases this year and no cuts next year. So they will do something they've never done before and keep rates stable for 18 months. But yeah, 8% mortgage rates. That'll make you pay attention.
Yeah, and actually, like even on a lot of clients that we're seeing other people quote on and like they bring to us, we're still seeing we're seeing people actually rise up and be okay with and not shocked with like DSCR at 8.5%. And we're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's still kind of high. And what we're
9.5.
yeah, I had someone showed me we were on an airplane going to Vegas for one day for a podcast and came back. I was on the plane with them. Someone sent me a quote and they were like, hey, someone's offering me a 10.625 with a 1-year prepay on this DSCR loan. Can you do better? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely. And I had another one come in at 9.25. So people are writing these like crazy rates and surprisingly people are like, okay, well, this is what I should expect. And they're obviously blaming the market and whatnot, but they just don't like a lot of people just don't know better, right?
Yeah.
That hey, a lot of these people will give you things that are not really,
Not
geared.
great.
Yeah, not great for you. You need to be able to
Yeah.
kind of, have options, and that's kind of why we're here. But the market itself has kind of gone like non-QM has gone up. I think it probably will next week. It'll probably shoot up again. This week it went up, but it'll go up again next week. Conventional, obviously, we talked about, we just went up overnight. So, it's coming. We're here.
Yeah. No, this is the time where one rental at a time fans doing the work. Invest in. I always break investors into two camps. The last couple of years, if you were a financial engineer, you won because the market bailed you out. I focus on being a good operator. And the next couple of years is all about good operators. And you got to buy right. You got to make sure the debt structure is right. You got to make sure you can hold forever because wealth is easy, but you got to be able to hold for a decade. So the boys at Convoy Home Loans will take care of you if you want to reach out, see what's possible, compare products as they just shared. How do they do that?
Go to convoyhomeloans.com and let us know you came from ORaaT.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.